Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to another of our daily math lessons. Today, we're going to learn about greater than and less than. So, before we do that, let's get into our daily word problem. And it's on the Read, Draw, Write worksheet. So, you're looking for Module 4, Lesson number 7. And it says Edward has 4 dimes is the first sentence. So if you don't have that and you want to go get that and then come back, you can pause the video while you get that. While you're gone, you also will need lesson 7 problem set, so we can kind of go over that together before you're done, and a pencil, your whiteboard, the materials you usually use for math. I will wait, so pause me, go get those things, and then unpause the video so you can watch the rest of it. Okay? Go. Okay, now that I'm talking, that means you probably unpaused the video, or you never paused it to begin with because you already had the stuff you needed. So today what I'm going to do is do the read, draw, write. So I'm going to read the problem to you, then we're going to talk about how you draw a picture, and then write your answer statement. Here we go. Edward has 4 dimes. So just kind of picture that in your head right now. James has 4 pennies. All right, now you hear 2 different names. A lot of times when you hear that, you want to take in the draw box, you want to draw a squiggly line down the middle, because on one side you're going to have to write down what Edward has, and on the other side you're going to have to write down what James has to see who has more money. So what I would do, boys and girls, is draw a dimes, pennies, draw a place value chart focusing on dimes and pennies, dimes being like bundles of 10, pennies being like loose ones. And then, let me read it again. Edward, so you got his name here, and if you didn't know how to spell it, it's on the paper, so you can write it here. Edward has 4 dimes. So you're going to write that down in your chart. Does he have any pennies? We didn't say any, so you're going to write how many dimes, how many pennies you think. James has 4 pennies. Does he have any dimes? So I want you to fill in the chart for each and then step back and look at those numbers. Edward says we have the same amount of money. Is he correct? So you're going to write down here, Edward and then you're either going to write is or is not correct. Do they have the same amount of money? If they do, you would write it is correct. He's correct. If they don't have the same amount of money, you would write is not correct. So that would be your answer statement. You're answering the question that they're asking on the worksheet. That's it. That's all you have to do for this problem. But what I do want you to do then is go to mom and dad, show them this problem after you've got the answer, and say, Edward has this amount of money, James has this amount of money, and then read, they wanted to know if they have the same amount. Edward said they do, and you said blank, and tell them what you said. So just to kind of show them the problem and how you set it up. Moms and dads love math, and they love to see how you guys are learning at school and what to do. So, all right, boys and girls, great. Now I'm going to clear the board. I'll chat with you as I'm doing that. How was your day? It's been very hot the last few days. Today, it rained a little bit. And then after the rain left, it got really humid. It was terrible. So, all right, boys and girls, we're going to talk about comparing numbers. Look at this. How many cubes do you see here? I see 1, 2, 3. I see 4 cubes in this stack. So I'm going to write a 4 here. Or if I wanted to draw a picture of it, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. How many cubes do you see in this stack, boys and girls? Do you see 2 cubes? So I can even write the numbers above the pictures. So the whole lesson today is greater than or less than. Greater than means you have more. I have a greater amount of cubes than you do. So if I said circle the one in red, so let me get out my red marker. If I said circle the one in red that had the greater amount of cubes, Would you circle this picture or this picture? Greater than means more. So which one would you circle, boys and girls? Would you circle this one or would you circle this one? If you said this one, 4 is greater than or bigger than 2, so you would circle that one. And that's what you're going to be doing on today's activity, is telling me which group is greater than, which means which group has more in it. However, if I asked you to identify which group was less than, we can also do that. However, that is not what you'll be practicing today, and unfortunately, I only printed one side of this worksheet. So the less than side was on the back, and you're not going to get to practice it. So we'll practice it now. So which group is less than? Which means less means that it doesn't have as many. It has less. It's smaller. So which one would you circle, the 4 or the 2? Well, you would circle the 2, right? And I could say, in this case, that 2 is the lesser or smaller group. So if I had you practice doing that, you would identify the smaller one. For today's activity, you will be identifying which group is bigger and circling it. So let's take a peek. I had a magnet in here, and somehow I lost it already. Oh, no, I did not. I did not. There it is. So I'm going to stick this sheet up here, and we're going to pull it forward. Make sure you write your name and date on your paper. We've really not focused on that too much, and I really want to. Look, I found 2020 from the calendar. Let's move this forward so that I can talk to you about it and you can see it. So write your name and date on your paper, boys and girls. And then what I want you to do is figure out how many are in this group. So I see one bundle of 10 and 3 loose ones. So I'm going to write that number here. Over here, I see one bundle of 10 and 9 loose ones. So I'm going to write that number here. The directions say, after you figure out how much are in each group, circle the group that has the greater number, which means the bigger number. So you're going to do the same thing for each one of these. Figure out how many are in this group and write the number here. How many are in this group and write the number here. You're going to do that for the first 4 and then just circle the group that is the bigger or has more of them. Got it? All right. Now, down here, these are going to be tricky. So for this one, they want you to circle which one of these is bigger, this one or this one. But before you do that, it says one bundle of 10 and 2 ones. Here's what I would do, boys and girls. I would write on my paper one bundle of 10 and 2 ones so that I knew what number that was. You can barely see me on this video, so I'm going to move over here. Hi, guys. So I would write the number above there, and then 3 10s and 2 ones, I would write the number here. Then I can see these two numbers. Which one is bigger? Circle it, okay? Same thing for this one. 2 bundles of 10 and 8 ones. 3 bundles of 10 and 2 ones. Which number is bigger? Circle it, okay? Now, 19 or 15. Which number is bigger? Circle it. 31 and 26. Which number is bigger? Circle it. The last thing I want to see you doing, we have 3 dimes and 3 pennies. Which one is bigger? Which one has a greater value? If I offered you 3 dimes or 3 pennies, which one is going to give you more money? So you're going to circle that group. And again, what I would do is make a place value chart over here and say, okay, how many 10s? How many 1s? What number does this equal? How many cents? 3 pennies. How many 10s? How many 1s? What number? How many cents is this? And then circle the group that is greater or bigger. I hope that makes sense for all of you. As far as the math games, I really like the game that I introduced to you guys the other day. So it might be a game that you want to continue. It's the game where you start with 12, roll a die, subtract whatever that number. So let's say 5 comes up. 12 minus 5 is 7. Find 7 on that chart and put a penny on it. And you're going to try to fill the whole chart. It's a great activity for you to practice your math skills. So I hope you guys are all doing great. This is really hard on everybody. I know it's really hard on you guys, and it's really hard on us. And I really appreciate you guys working as hard as you can right now. And I hope you guys are having a great day. Bye.